This is my computer. I bought it at the end of 2020, and it's nothing special, but it's been beside me the whole time adventuring around Korea's countryside by bike, and now in the van. The USB port on it broke after about 4 years of heavy use, and the old me would have just bought a new computer to replace it, even if I couldn't really afford it, for the dopamine hit I'd get for a few days marveling at a new piece of technology. I've decided to change my mindset about material objects, only getting what I truly need, at least to my current standard of living. So I decided to fix the USB port myself by ordering the replacement part on AliExpress for about $5, instead of paying the expensive fees it would have taken to get it fixed for me. I actually completely botched the repair and had to order a second replacement part, making the total cost about $10 and some additional headaches. But the feeling of accomplishment I got from fixing it myself is something I could never feel just by buying a new one.
Ooh, nice. That feels good.
I'll take this as a win for the day, and a reminder for my future self to do the same thing if I get in a similar situation. Today's journey starts in Seoul, driving about 3 hours east to the county of Yangyang-gun on Korea's east coast, the epicenter of surfing here, an activity that I decided to give a try for my midlife crisis. On the way there, let's check out one of Korea's hugyesos, or highway rest stops, as they are absolutely unreal, filled with restaurants, stores, snacks, massive bathrooms, and of course convenience stores. This one allowing me to check out by myself. I bought myself a Pepsi Zero to keep myself awake on the journey, and continued on to Yangyang. I was going back to where I went the previous week, this time to a beach called Jukdo, right on Yangyang's northern border, as they allow sleeping in cars there. I usually get everything ready in the van right when I arrive, so I can relax afterwards, and tonight, we're eating well. It was time to have some daejigukbap, or pork and rice soup. In my mind, Korea's most underrated dish by foreigners, with a milky white broth made from pork bones, chives added in, and of course, seujot, or fermented shrimp to add some saltiness to it. You can add the rice into the soup right from the beginning, to let it soak up all the savory goodness. To be honest, daejigukbap is best near Busan, and this one wasn't the best I've tried, but definitely good enough to finish it all and fill my stomach up before a nice walk in the sunset. I was right south of the city of Sokcho, probably Korea's most famous city on the east coast, known for its perfect blend of mountains and the beautiful East Sea. And although it's gotten quite touristy in recent years, it's not hard to find where its traditions come from, with lots of fishing infrastructure and older hue or raw fish restaurants. The perfect atmosphere for my walk, to end the day with a relaxing night in the van, with some non-alcoholic beers, the anime One Piece that I just started and have been enjoying so far, and some light reading to end the night in peace, and wake up the next day to a beautiful sunrise. I was on my way to explore Seoraksan, one of the most beautiful national parks in all of Korea. It's a short bus ride or drive from Sokcho, and you feel instantly transformed with the beautiful foresty landscapes when you arrive. The first time I came here, the Rocky Mountains reminded me of the landscapes I saw in Dragon Ball Z as a kid. They are absolutely majestic, and although I grew up right by the Rocky Mountains in Canada, I never saw mountains that look quite like these ones. You can pay to park right by the entrance, or take the bus there, but there's also a free parking lot a few kilometers down the road that I love walking from, as you get really nice views of the mountains and the river on the way up. I arrived at the entrance of the park, and was blown away as it appears there's no entrance fee anymore, or at least it was that way on this day. For first timers, I'd recommend riding the cable car up to the top to see Gwanggumseong Fortress, where you can find some unreal cliffs atop the mountain with beautiful views of the neighboring mountains, especially nice to look at during sunset. Or if you want to go on a hike, you can hike up Ulsanbawi, about 2 to 3 hours all the way up to some really steep cliffs and get views of the main mountain in the valley. For me, I wanted to try something new, including a coffee with ice cream on top, which is pretty good by the way. While I was eating, I heard a married couple mention that they were hiking to a cave called Geumganggul, so I figured maybe it's fate, and decided to head in that direction. First stopping at the beautiful Shinungsa Temple, home to the Great Bronze Buddha, staring out into the mountains. It's the head temple for the Choge order in the Seoraksan region, and it goes all the way back over 1500 years to the mid-600s. It's definitely worth a visit to clear the mind and marvel at its beauty. Seoraksan is a special place. When I first moved to Korea in 2013, my friends and I, all fresh here, would often ponder where to go, as we often traveled somewhere within the country on our days off. We knew little about the Korean countryside, and there were so many places we hadn't been to. But as soon as we discovered Seoraksan, we kept making our way back. Now in 2025, I'm still carrying on the tradition, with the beautiful trees, rocks, streams, cliffs, and amazing bridges on the trails. Before I came to Korea, all I could imagine were big polluted cities with neon lights awake for all hours of the night, which is also an element of this country, but the true beauty found within the natural environment is what kept me here. I found the entrance of Geumganggul and started making my way up the very steep path for the first time into unexplored territory. I've probably come to Seoraksan over 10 times by now, and just by listening to a random couple at the bottom of the trail, I stumbled upon my new favorite part of this beautiful place.
Oh, Jesus. Got this.
I don't even know how to put it into words. There's nothing that can prepare you for these kind of moments in life. And I'm saying this with 100% honesty, with no exaggeration for the sake of filmmaking or to get more views on this video. I don't really care about that. I was simply blown away. It felt so surreal to be climbing up this extremely worn out, incredibly dangerous path up the cliffs that day. So much so, I couldn't stop myself from swearing the entire time.
Oh my god. Wow. Holy almost there.
I had an amazing interaction with this ajumma, or middle-aged lady up there. She took so many pictures of me with pure passion, trying her best to give me memories with these photos. And to be honest, I don't normally care too much about these types of pictures, but through them, I still remember her goofy laugh and smile, directing me in all sorts of ways before I returned the favor. I made an amazing memory stepping out of my comfort zone, and I'll try and remember this for the future if similar situations arise.
Vladimir!
Hey!
How's it going? It's like a mini version of my van. How you doing, man? How's the drive?
Awesome. Very slow.
Yeah, can you only go 80 kilometers on your in this car?
Go 100.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but actually, if it's going uphill, it's struggle.
This is Vladimir. He's in his 50s, originally from Yakutsk in Russia, the middle of the countryside. A man of many skills, who can use his hands to fix pretty much anything, I think. And you know those friends you have where every time you meet them, you learn so much that you almost become a new person afterwards? That's Vladimir for you. Filled with wisdom, always trying to improve, and also always on some kind of adventure. Vladimir had learned how to surf the previous year, spending a month in Bali learning the basics. And he was kind enough to teach me the ropes so I wouldn't be getting in other people's way at least. We drove down to Korea's surfing epicentre, Jukdo Beach, which although doesn't get massive waves like they do in Bali, it has consistent waves that are perfect for learning on. We noticed a bunch of long foam boards lying on the beach, and Vladimir was kind enough to call the shop up and get us sorted. They told us to transfer money to them, grab the leashes from their shop nearby, and we could surf as long as we wanted since it was low season, and even use the shower afterwards. So it was time to drop in, but not for the camera this time, to experience what surfing is like for real. I always thought surfing would feel slow-paced, as it looks like that from the beach. But doing it almost felt like strapping on my skis, riding down a steep mountain on a powdery day. It's fast, and every wave is a bit different, filled with tons of the Earth's energy, making me feel small, respecting our planet even more. They say that people either love or hate surfing their first time, and I instantly fell in love, managing to get up and ride about 10 waves or so in the 2 very exciting and tiring hours we surfed. Of course I wish I could have filmed all this, but part of me also realizes that not everything needs to be on camera. Some moments are meant just to be enjoyed, and that helped me fall in love with surfing that day. After a successful day, we started heading back towards Seoul, near the city of Gapyeong, about an hour and a half away from home, where we would camp next to the river to celebrate our amazing day we had surfing together. We ended up having some delicious barbecue in the rain, talking about what things in life make us happy. For me, this is exactly it. Well, almost. As we got woken up at about 3 a.m. to everyone evacuating the campsite because the river was flooding. But on this trip, I learned that simply by trying new things, even when they include a bit of discomfort or pain, brings me closer and closer to who I am and who I want to be, as long as no harm is done to others. And although hope can lead to later disappointment, there's a part of me that hopes I'm still living exactly like this when I'm in my 70s.